"What are you doing in my car?" said Lance, noticing him. "Drive," said the stranger coldly. "I'm waiting for my son." "Hit the road, Jack." Lance, he hadn't the time for this guy. "Forget him and drive," said the stranger, pulling the gun on Lance. "You don't want to do this, mate," warned Lance knowingly. "Do you think you're a magician?" asked the caretaker. "I'm worse," said Lance, smiling darkly as he started the car and sped off. Lance was worse than a magician. They were heroes. He was wanted by the police as a serial killer. His son saw his car speed away. "Okay, I'll take myself home then," said Junior shortly, and disappeared into thin air, teleporting home. Meanwhile, the carjacker was terrified, thinking he chose the wrong car to carjack. The owner was insane and had some sort of a death wish. He was all over the road like a madman and had a devil-may-care attitude with the carjacker. "Let me out of here. I'll not hurt you if you let me go," pleaded the carjacker, who was petrified. "You said you wanted me to drive," said Lance, in a mock tone, as he locked the doors and drove on. "This is kidnapping," said the carjacker, horrified. "You should have thought of that before you kidnapped me," said Lance sternly. "You're a madman," said the carjacker. "I've been called that before," said Lance truthfully, as he skidded the car to a stop, let a Duck family cross the road, and sped off when they were gone. This confused the carjacker. "Why bother the innocents?" said Lance, reading the bandit's mind. A while later, Lance saw a police station and turned the steering wheel sharply. "Are you insane?" asked the carjacker. Seeing what Lance was doing, he let out a blood-curdling, loud scream. Meanwhile, two policemen were talking about the odd scream they heard outside as they had lunch, and were wondering if they should go out and check it. Lance looked like a madman totally now, as he drove the car into the police station. As they were about to crash, the carjacker closed his eyes. "What just happened?" said the first policeman, hardly believing what had just happened. "I don't know," said the second. Out of the office came the officer in charge of the station, walking to the car. "What is this car doing in here?" asked the CO. Seeing people in the car, he screamed, "Arrest him now." The car opened the door, let alone arrest anyone, said another policeman. "Allow me," said Lance, teleporting the car away. Lance and the carjacker appeared in empty desk chairs. The carjacker had fainted. "What's the meaning of this, enchanter?" demanded the CEO. Lance was one of the magicians in his daylight persona. He was the hero, the enchanter, He moonlighted as a secret assassin, the necromancer. The police didn't know they were the same man. I was carjacked, so I took my carjacker here, to you, the man in blue, black, said Lance. The police wore black uniforms now. Why did you have to drive into here? Said the CEO shortly. I was trying to scare my passenger out of crime, like a mad hoon, said Lance. So it was you hooning around town, said the CEO. I didn't see anyone else, Lance said. So you admit to a criminal act, dear boy, said the coroner, who was there on business. I was driving on a different plane of existence, so I couldn't do any damage or hurt anyone, explained Lance. So that's how you drove the car in here without ruining the place or anyone, said the CEO. Yes, said Lance. I said arrest him, said the CEO. An all too enthusiastic policeman tried to arrest Lance. He shook his head and looked at the CEO. Not him, said the CEO, and pointed at the waking carjacker. Him. The coroner looked disappointed that Lance wasn't being arrested. One day, Dad, in your dreams, said Lance in the head of the coroner, his father, who knew his son's secret. He's a madman, said the carjacker. Take me away from him. I want to go back to prison. The carjacker was a prisoner escapee. That's why he'd carjacked to run. He was returned to prison happily, and Lance lost 2 demerit points of his license for bad driving.